What is up, creatives? This is Tom. Welcome back to another video. So I've got an interesting video for you today. So Viltrox sent me their 85mm f1.8 lens. So I thought what I would do is, instead of making sort of a normal lens video, what I would do is take it up to London. I'm in London today and we're going to do some street photography, testing it out in the real world. Let's see what it can do. So without further ado, let's get started.
Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, fake games, staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need that energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me.
Alright, so I have no idea what the stabilization is on this lens, but basically what we're doing is I'm just walking around South Bank, going to be walking around different areas of London, just kind of snapping away, seeing what we get. So let's show you a bit of that. You'll probably see a bit of a recurring theme in some of my photos here. One of my favorite things for street photography is to take sort of photos through reflections and sort of change the perspective a bit on what you're watching or what you're looking at with a photo. So here's some of those, just simply sliding to the left and take a photo through this little window of this telephone box just makes a big difference. Here's just another massive one to watch out for. So obviously fairy lights, just like this, can obviously make a massive difference in your photos if you use those in your foreground. So we can just push up to those and then sort of see how much the frame changes. There you go, you can see how much of a difference just that little change makes, just a bit of a soft focus in the background, and that the f1.8 of this Viltrox lens is really sort of helping that out. Another technique I absolutely love using is shooting people sort of through cars or car windows. So we're going to wait for a taxi or a cab to drive past here and try and get a snap through a window. Helps to generally use manual focus for this technique, but hey, let's see what we can do. So after shooting with it for most of the day, I'm actually really thoroughly impressed with this lens. It's super sharp. That f1.8 means you can get great depth of field. Pretty much the only thing for me to test out now is actually just the low light functionality. It's getting dark now in London, so we're going to do that next. Oh, actually, another super quick thing to note is that the autofocus, extremely good considering it's not a totally native Sony lens. The manual focus, not quite as good, so that's just something to sort of bear in mind. If you're looking to manual focus, quite a stiff manual focus ring, but if you're looking to AF, this is a great choice. So I've got a super quick night photography tip for you. So if you are ever sort of walking around in an environment where there's not a lot of light, what I would suggest is walking next to shops a bit like this, because you get the light bleeding out on subjects' faces. For sort of street photography, this is a much better bet than sort of walking in the center of the street. What's up, creatives? So I'm back now in the office and I've had some time to edit some of the photos which you've been seeing throughout this video. I guess I kind of just want to sum up my thoughts or experiences, particularly about this lens. Now, I have thoroughly enjoyed shooting with the Viltrox 85mm f1.8. I actually took this on a recent trip to New York, so I'm going to take this opportunity to share some of my sort of final pictures that I enjoyed taking from London, or I'm happy with the results from London, and also a few dotted in from New York as well. I just think this is a fantastic street photography lens, great for sort of street portraits. So here you go, here's some of those. I think one of the reasons I've mainly enjoyed shooting with this lens, as someone who hasn't done a ton of street photography in the past, it's actually a really nice entry-level focal length. It means you don't have to get totally up close and personal. If you wanted to try and get a shot of a person, you can still be sort of far enough away that you're not in their face, it's not causing confrontation, but it still feels like quite a natural focal length, not like a 200mm where you're really far away and distance from that shot. The lens at 85mm has really great compression and fantastic sharpness. I've just thoroughly enjoyed shooting with this lens. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video and or found it helpful, interesting. Some of the tips, some of those street photography tips I shared earlier in the videos, I hope you enjoyed those. If you guys have any others, please share them in the comments. Let me know what you thought of the video down below there as well. As always, I'll be down in the comments section responding, and I'll catch you guys next time.